Hello and welcome back. And you know, after the 2 years of pain and despair that we've all been through, I decided to review a game that's fun and light-hearted. That being Pokemon Let's Go. Let's Go Eevee to be more specific because, well, I'm kind of sick and tired of Pikachu's stupid face. This game is kind of a weird case in and of itself, as it's technically a sort of remake of the original Pokemon games for the Game Boy, but also a tie-in to Pokemon Go, which I'm not even sure how many people are even playing that anymore. And yet despite all these factors, it somehow ended up coming out as the least controversial of the main Pokemon games on the Switch. But that's enough of the prologue, so let's go! Eevee. The story follows the main story beats of Pokemon Red and Blue for the most part, such as starting off in Pallet Town, getting your starter Pokemon from Professor Oak, travelling across the region, collecting gym badges, confronting Team Rocket, fighting the Elite Four and the Champion, and claiming the title as Champion for yourself. There are some significant changes though. For example, instead of playing as Red, aka Ash Ketchum if he actually had a brain, instead you play as the all-new, somewhat customizable character. Along with your new character, you also get a new rival, who I creatively refer to as John Rival. And the rival from the original games, Blue, is now a secondary character that shows up from time to time. Also, instead of starting out with Bulbasaur, Charmander or Squirtle, you start out with either Eevee or Pikachu depending on the version of the game you're playing. This game also brings in a bunch of new and familiar faces, including a certain Double Trouble duo. Although Meowth doesn't talk in this game, which is kind of disappointing. But let's be fair, most people don't play Pokemon for the story. Nope, for most people the main focus is... The gameplay follows most of the standard tenets of its predecessors, such as catching Pokemon, fighting other trainers, and using items to either heal your Pokemon, buff your Pokemon, evolve your Pokemon, or drive away other Pokemon. Stuff like that. Which is weird since the games after it have been trying to sort of deviate from those sort of standard methods to mixed results. One of the more noticeable changes to the gameplay, as well as one of the few controversies with this game, is how you capture your Pokemon. Instead of the old tried and true method of weakening the Pokemon, selecting a Pokeball and hoping to RCS that it actually catches it, instead you now use motion controls to throw a Pokeball at a sometimes moving Pokemon, land a hit, and then hope to RCS that it actually catches it. All of this is fun in concept, but the motion controls kind of make it finicky and a bit annoying at times. So grab as many balls as you can. Thankfully for the older fans, the trainer battles and legendary Pokemon still retain the turn-based fighting that we're all familiar with. Another somewhat controversial change is how you find the Pokemon. Instead of them being in tall grass or caves like in previous games, now you can see them wandering about the land. Which, while some people might not agree with this change, I personally prefer it. As encountering Pokemon is this, oh fuck, what have I run into this time? And more, hey, that thing looks cool, let's catch it. There's also a mini game where you interact with your starter Pokemon by giving it berries and using the motion controls to give your friend a good old rub.
Yeah, boy.
The The graphics do a decent job going for a more cel-shaded cartoony style rather than being realistic and highly detailed. And I think it works to convey this game's upbeat and light-hearted nature. And I feel this game's graphic design, as well as its more closed-in layout similar to the older games, is a lot more appealing than vast open spaces of nothingness and poorly textured trees. Oh come on, you know I had to make a jab at Pokemon Sword and Shield at some point. The music is pretty iconic, as it's mostly renditions and reimaginings of the original soundtrack from the original game, but you know, with more high definition sound rather than the Game Boy's plinky plonkiness. Although saying that, there are probably people out there that actually prefer the plinky plonkiness. This game is an enjoyable affair. Fun, simple and charming. Well, unless you're a psychotically rabid Gen 1er who thinks that any game made after the original Game Boy ones is a worse crime than genocide. As for me, I like this game and would recommend it to newcomers, casual enjoyers and old fans alike. Well, that's all from me. See you guys next time. I'm kinda sick of Pikachu getting your Pokemon for or using the motion to control, which I personally file and my foot hit the thing.